Hi all, this is Sai Swarup here, and today I'm back again with another wonderful video. So today in this video we are going to analyze a game between a grandmaster Mikhail Tal, who is known for his wonderful sacrifices in his game, and this game is between Mikhail Tal, Grandmaster Mikhail Tal, and between Grandmaster Alexander Koblents. So without any further delay, let's jump into the game. So here, Mikhail Tal is playing for white and Alexander Koblents is playing for black. So the first move is e4 and black plays c5, which is called as the Sicilian defense. And then white goes with knight f3, d6, and then d4, c into d4, the knight into d4, knight f6, knight c3, then a6. The reason to play a6 is not to allow white to give a check with the bishop by playing bishop b5. So to defend, black is playing a6 and then bishop g5, which is like attacking the knight. Or if black moves the e7 pawn, then it will automatically become a pin. So then e6, and now it is a pin. The knight is pinned because if the knight moves, then bishop can easily capture the queen. So here Mikhail Tal plays f4, then bishop e7, queen f3, and this is quite attacking move. Then queen to c7 and a long castle. So here now after the castling, the rook is being activated in the d5 and it is stepping into the board now with some attacking moves and attacking variations. So now black plays knight b d7, like the knight which was in b8. So it is knight b d7, and then bishop e2, h6, attacking the bishop, and bishop goes to h4 and b5, because if black plays here like pawn to g5, then the king side is totally like a bit weak. So black is not attacking the bishop, and so anyways if black plays here, then also it is like a mistake, I think, because g5 even the pawn can capture, then knight is in attack, and it makes the position weak for black. So coming back to the game, after bishop h4, b5, then e5, attacking the knight and also attacking the pawn. Like now bishop b7, and if the pawn captures on e5, then like white has more advantages, like we are able to see now in the screen. Like bishop can capture the knight or knight can capture the pawn, and like the threat is to like pin or to capture the rook. So likewise here even queen can capture the rook, and there's like many like many attacking moves here with the one move which is e5. So after e5, bishop, black plays bishop b7 by attacking the white's queen. So now the black saves its rook, but now Mikhail Tal plays a stunning move, that is pawn captures on f6. That is, pawn captures the knight, and now bishop can capture the queen, and that's what Alexander played in the next move. Bishop into f3. Once again, bishop into f3, attacking the rook. Now black stops the attack by playing b5. So then knight into pawn. Like, that's what I said in the beginning of the video, that Mikhail Tal is known for his sacrifices, wonderful sacrifices in the game. Like, knight captures the e6 pawn and attacks the knight, but here even the pawn can capture the knight, and that's what Alexander played. Then bishop check, pawn stops the check, then bishop captures the pawn, and king to f8. Now white captures the bishop, and it's a check. King goes to g7 by attacking the bishop. Now bishop comes back, like the black bishop comes back. The black squared bishop of white comes back to g3, and then black plays knight to f6. Rook to e1. Then black plays b4, attacking the knight. Rook captures the pawn and gives a support to the e7 pawn. So now black captures the knight on c3. A pawn push from white by giving a discover attack to the queen. So the white plays a pawn push to f5, and the white bishop, which is on g3, is attacking the queen, and which is called as the discover attack. So queen goes to a safer box, that is b7, queen b7. Then b3 from white, and the threat is like the bishop can go to e5 and it can give a pin. So now queen to d7, and that's which we saw, that is bishop to e5, and now it's a pin. The knight cannot move anywhere as the king is there. So first the black should move its king and then the knight. Well, then here queen captures the rook and pawn captures the rook, and it's a double pawn for white. But also white is winning. So yeah, +5+1 for white. So here king goes to g6, like king into g6, king captures the bishop on g6, and then rook to e1, rook to f1, rook f1, attacking the knight, and it's like putting pressure on the pinned piece. The tactics name is putting pressure on the pinned piece, like the knight is pinned, so if the knight moves, the rook white can capture the rook, but now it's a pressure on the knight, which is on f6. So otherwise, like, black should support the knight right now. Otherwise, black may lose the knight or the rook. But now black plays a move which looks like a mistake. That is knight to h7, and now the white can capture the rook on h8 and rook into h8. Now comes the stunning move, that is rook to f8. Rook captures on f8. Pawn captures on f8 and promotes into a queen. Knight captures the queen. Pawn to e7 and king to f7, and pawn captures the knight, and once again pawn captures on f8 and promotes it as a queen, and king into f8, king d1, and here black resigns, and here white is victorious because now it is totally a winning move, because then here already the pawns are not in a chain. A pawn chain is very important, and here the pawn is not, the black pawns are not in a chain. Like a pawn is in h6 and a pawn is in d5, a pawn in c3, a pawn on a6. So there's no chain, there's no pawn chain like how white has a pawn on a2, b3 and c2. So there is a chain which we can see. Likewise, we have the g2 and h2 pawn. So here, whatever move black plays, white can easily win. And here at last, it is like 53, like plus 53 for white. And if we see each and every sacrifices of Mikhail Tal is with a outstanding threat for the black. So each and every move and every sacrifices of Mikhail Tal was wonderful, outstanding, and when we do a sacrifice, it should be with a reason. So without a reason, we should not sacrifice even a pawn. So today we learned this. So always a sacrifice means a lot, which we should do with a reason on the board. So see you all in my next video. So thank you. See you on my next video. Bye bye. Hope you all enjoy. Thank you. Bye.